Cowboys could create a lethal pass-rushing duo with trade for star Myles Garrett. Welcome to the channel. Here, you can follow the main news, rumors, and movements in the NFL with detailed analysis of the behind-the-scenes of the franchises and their strategies for the next season. Before we dive into the big speculation of the moment, I ask that you subscribe to the channel and leave a like to help our community grow even more. Your participation is essential so that we can continue to bring exclusive and always updated content. Now let's get right to it. Are the Dallas Cowboys about to make a historic move to bolster their defense? Dallas Cowboys planning bold move to create NFL's most dangerous duo? After yet another early playoff exit in 2024, the pressure is on franchise owner Jerry Jones to transform the Dallas Cowboys into a true champion. The team has talent, but it needs a differentiator to dominate the NFC and break its long Super Bowl drought. And what would that differentiator be? A relentless defense capable of destroying opposing offenses. With that in mind, a big speculation is starting to gain traction behind the scenes. The Cowboys could be willing to make a blockbuster trade to acquire superstar Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. According to Jordan Plocher of Pro Football Focus, the Cowboys are reportedly considering giving up the 12th overall pick in the 2025 draft and a 2026 first-round pick to bring Garrett to Dallas. How could this trade impact the Cowboys? Let's take a look. Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons, the lethal duo that could scare the NFL. If this trade does happen, the Cowboys could form one of the most dominant pass-rushing duos in recent league history. Myles Garrett has already proven to be one of the most feared defenders in the NFL, accumulating impressive numbers throughout his career. At just 28 years old, he still has plenty of juice left in the tank and would be an ideal partner for Micah. Parsons, creating a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. With 6 Pro Bowl selections, 4 All-Pro nominations, and the Defensive Player of the Year title, Garrett has already accumulated an incredible 102, 5 sacks in his career. Meanwhile, Parsons, who is just beginning to build his legacy, has already accumulated 52, 5 sacks, making him a true defensive phenomenon. If this partnership comes to fruition, the Cowboys' defensive line could become unstoppable, putting the team in a much stronger position to compete for the NFC title and the Super Bowl. The price of the trade, is it worth it for the Cowboys? Despite the huge impact that Myles Garrett could bring to the Dallas defense, this deal wouldn't come cheap. The defensive back still has 2 years remaining on his 5-year, $125 million contract, meaning the Cowboys would not only have to give up valuable draft picks, but also adjust their salary cap to accommodate a contract at that level. In addition, the team has other pressing needs, such as reinforcements for the offensive line, wide receiver group, and running game. Is investing heavily in a defensive back, no matter how talented, the best strategy for Dallas? On the other hand, few players available in the draft or free agency would be able to have the immediate and disruptive impact Myles Garrett has. With him and Parsons on the roster, the Cowboys could transform their defense into the best in the NFL, something that could make up for weaknesses at other positions. Are the Browns really going to trade Garrett? That's the big question. Although Garrett has requested a trade, the Browns are not going to give up their star player without receiving a valuable compensation. If Dallas wants to take him to Texas, it will need to pay a high price, and not just in draft picks, but possibly including some players in the deal. In addition, the Browns may opt to keep Garrett and try to convince him to stay with the team, seeking reinforcements to make the team more competitive. The arrival of a new coach or changes in the coaching staff could be decisive factors for the player's future in Cleveland. Conclusion: should the Cowboys risk everything to create this duo? The possible trade for Myles Garrett could be the move. that the Cowboys needed to make a leap in quality and become a true defensive powerhouse. But at the same time, it could be costly and compromise the construction of the roster in the long term. The decision is not easy. But one thing is certain, if Dallas pulls off this trade, the NFL needs to be prepared for an absolutely dominant defense led by Garrett and Parsons. Now, we want to hear from you. Should the Cowboys go all out to bring in Myles Garrett and form this unbeatable duo? Or would it be better to keep the draft picks and invest in other areas? Leave your opinions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the news about the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys.